Hi, I'm Shane. Thanks for joining me today for my snare drum sound check, where I play any and all snare drums I can get my hands on. Today we have my personal favorite drum and pretty much my go-to drum for live and recording and about anything else I could want to use it for. It is the Dave Weckl Signature from Yamaha. Check that out. This is the very first model. I bought this in 1989. And it was about $650, I believe. Of course, the big feature on the Weckl snare is the dual throw-offs. So there that is. There's also tension knobs on both sides. So the butt plate's got tension knobs too. This one I've also got the Russ Miller groove wedge on there. And since Russ Miller has left Yamaha, they're not making this anymore. So those are also really hard to find these days. You'll notice that I've replaced the old maple custom lugs with these tube lugs. In fact, I have just done that. The maple custom lugs, while they look really nice, they were starting to kind of pull away from the shell because there's only one screw in each one. So they were kind of, canting at a strange angle. It was concerning me, so I took them all off and I fitted them with these tube lugs. So it looks great, I think. I had to maneuver them around the throw-offs a little bit. But it worked out. A few of the side effects of having the dual throw-off, this is only an 8-lug drum. Most drums, in this price range have 10 lugs. I think they probably just couldn't fit the 10 lugs around the throw-offs. So there's 8, and there's also one right in the middle of the bearing edge, which you don't see on any other drum. There's always, they're always on either side of the bearing edge, so you can really get that head tight to the bearing edge. So that's very nice. Another consequence of the dual throw-offs is it doesn't fit in cases very well, and I'm always bumping it with my leg or up against my bass drum hoop, and they're really finicky. I mean, they're made well, but with all the adjustments, a lot can go wrong. So you got to be really careful with that. I have this set up with an Ambassador snare side head, coated Ambassador on the top, which of course is Dave Weckl's preferred heads, so I figured I should go with those on this drum. The Yamaha stock snare wires have long since worn out. I've replaced these. I have a Gibraltar 12-strand stainless steel, and then this is kind of a... They market it as a German copper wire, but the wires aren't copper, they're just steel, and that is a 16-strand. The 16-strand one stays pretty tight, and the stainless steel 12 is a little bit loose, so you kind of get a mixed sound. You can definitely go with the snares individually, but the whole point of this drum is to have one tight and one sort of loose, so you have like a blended sound. But I'll let you hear it in different configurations of the snares. I've got 4 different tunings today. We'll go with medium first, then high, low, and super low. It is a maple shell, and it is 5 inches deep. I believe all the newer ones are 5.5 inches. Also, Yamaha, their older Raven Black, you could actually see a lot of the wood grain through. The new ones, those are, even when they have Raven Black, you can't really see through it. So it's a really pretty drum. I love it. I had it signed by Dave at a clinic a few years ago, so this one is staying with me for life. So it's got a great sound. It's really ringy, so I put a dampening ring on it most of the time, but I'll let you hear it without, just so you can hear how that goes. So check it out, Dave Weckl signature drum from the late 80s. Here we go. I really like the way this drum sounds, super low, detuned, but there's quite a bit of muffling involved in there to get rid of a lot of the ring. But it's got a really nice woody tone, and I think I would use this, primarily as a side snare on a rock or country gig. You can get a really nice kind of fat 70s kind of funk sound. Check it out. All right, there it is, the Dave Weckl signature snare drum. This is one of about 8 drums they have released. The original came in a maple and an aluminum, and it also came in 14x5 and 13x5. I believe the new ones, they have bumped that up to 5.5 inch, but you can still get the maple, and they also have a 50th anniversary one. It's had several different finishes on it. I believe they put the piano black lacquer on it now, and they use the silver lugs that look like the old maple custom lugs. But this one, retrofitted with the tube lugs, sounds great. It was kind of expensive, $650 I believe when I bought it in the late 80s. At the time I was a teenager and I didn't really have a lot of expenses. I can't say now that if I had $600 to spend on a snare drum that I would buy this one again. It sounds great. I love it, and it's it's my career drum. But I think there's probably some better options in the 600 and up range for luxury snare drums. And I would never buy a drum simply because it has somebody's name on it, but I did at the time. I was a huge Weckl fan, but the dual strainer setup there really makes up for a lot of that cost. So check it out, Dave Weckl signature snare. You can find one used. Probably they're still going to be upwards of $600. My name's Shane. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and check out my cover videos, my other snare drum videos, and take care.